Hello, hello. It's been a while, as I always say every time I come back, because it does take a while to do these. This one's gonna be kind of random because I didn't have a plan to do this, but I keep getting a call, and more specifically, my tarot decks keep giving me a call. It keeps popping into my mind to pull cards for myself, and I just grabbed two random decks, and immediately, as soon as I started to shuffle, one flipped immediately. And then I grabbed another one and it made sense. Everything made sense. Um, so this is kind of going to be about burnout, exhaustion, and rest because those have been the themes of my life for 2 years now. I went through some major events back to back. It's always the case, honestly, since I was a kid, but it chills out, but sometimes it's just back to back to back. And it's my own doing too sometimes because like I don't know when to chill. Um but yeah, those events burned the shit out of me. They burned me out bad. I Nothing was helping. And I feel like this message is needed because I feel like the collective needs rest as well. I know you look around in the news and it's just straight up depressing news after depressing news, tragedy after tragedy. It's kind of why I don't look at the news anymore because I feel like they try to beat us into exhaustion and burnout. And what ends up happening when you hit that is you lose empathy, you lose compassion, you lose love. You start operating out of lack mindsets, out of, I don't have the energy to look at that or tackle that. Let's see what I do have the energy for. And usually it's just yourself, you know? How can you help your neighbor if you don't even have the energy to help yourself? And I feel like that the news perpetuates that. They want us burned out. Um, and I keep getting a message to like rest for whatever's coming up. My friend even told me to. She's like, yeah, you gotta, seems like you're gonna have to be resting for what's coming. Whatever purpose is coming your way soon. And I know it's everywhere from life to job to love to spirituality. Like it's everything is just exhausting people. And you may not even realize you're exhausted because you're used to just, well, you gotta get up and go, gotta go do tomorrow, gotta still work, gotta still live my life. You don't really have time to sit in stillness and breathe and just like, fuck, I'm tired, man. And you may know it, but like the way life works is you just have no way to stop because life keeps coming at you. It really does continue. It does throw one thing after another at you. It was recent that I realized, like, yo, I think I'm burned out and it's like sending me into depression. And it was bumming me the fuck out, honestly. I'm sorry for the language, but like, I lose my filter when I'm tired. I lose my filter all the time. I don't have a filter, honestly. uh, but yeah, it was bumming me out because I vowed I would never go back to depressive energies. And there was literally nothing I could do about it. It was just, hey, you hit empty. Now we're gonna send you to the void, and now we're gonna beat. And in the void, we're gonna beat yourself up with your brain, you know. And that's what happens when you hit that. The depression hits in. You have no energy for anything. You stop taking care of yourself. You just nothing matters. Like it's rough out there, and it was a wake up call for me too. It was like, yo, I let this get bad. And right away, I threw everything at it. I'm such a fighter that I'm like, and I'm stubborn. I'm like, no, I'm not. I told myself I would never go back there. And I threw everything, all the lessons and little skills and knowledges and wisdoms I've been accumulating over the course of 5, 6, 7, 8 years from my spiritual journey. I threw the whole Bible of self care at it. I was taking vitamins, I was hydrating, I was watching what I ate, I was going for walks. I was walking, exercising on my incline treadmill. I was trying to do creativity again. I was going outside. Like, I was like, I'm gonna just shotgun blast this fatigue and this depression because, like, I can't have that, you know? Something's gonna work. And it did. And then right away, life's like, hey, we're taking you back. And it threw another big event at me, and boom, it re-triggered what burned me out in the first place. And when you get in those modes, man, you're very selfish. At least I am. I get very selfish. I become uncaring. It's still there, but it's like I can tell it's not the extent of my care, you know? I'm very short, I'm irritable, no energy. Like, I stopped picking up. I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped caring about spirituality. I stopped caring about my spiritual routines, my self-care routines. And it was kind of crazy too because I had to do caregiving certifications this year, and pretty much most of the certs were on mental health, self-care, self-love, taking breaks, exhaustion, empathy, compassion, fatigue, and all that. And I was like, all right, this isn't random. It never is. The timing of things is never random. It's always for a reason and for a lesson and for your eyes to open. And, man, it just all opened my eyes. And there's multiple, like I said, like there's multiple ways to combat fatigue like that and to rest. I was laying in bed for hours of days and just like doing as minimal as I could, you know, to the bare minimum to get by and like do my duties. After that, I would just lay in bed and like quote unquote bed rot. But I was reading that whole time, so it was productive bed rot. Yay. uh, and there's multiple forms of rest. Like I recently had a 12th house perfection year, which is like a house of rest and surrender and release. But for me, it was learning about different forms of rest. It's not just laying in bed, it's not just sleeping. That's not enough sometimes. Sometimes you have to do social recharging. You have to go out with friends. You have to have a night out in the town, you know? There's emotional resting, which is like journaling, talking to somebody, um, going to therapy, and those things. Um, what other ones were there? Social, physical. Like physical is like working out, which is ironic because you think, man, I'm tired, I don't have energy. But working out actually gives you energy. It stimulates the body. Social, hobbies. You can rest with hobbies. You can rest with passion and creative endeavors. There were a bunch. And it just opened my eyes. I should have wrote a list before I did this, but like I said, this wasn't planned. This is impromptu as all hell. And we're just running with it. I'm not even gonna do cuts or edits. I'm just, if I say words wrong, I say words wrong. um, yeah, that car out there, they agreed. Confirmation. They're like, run with it. Uh, I lost my train of thought. Um, but yeah, it's not just resting. It's not just sleeping in bed. Because when you're burned out, it's not you. You have to do more. You have to force yourself to energize your soul. You know, you lean on spirituality, lean on your friends. Go do things that you love. Go to the movies by yourself. Go have some dinner outside. Find a new hobby. Try something new. Um, Go revisit old friends. Go revisit old things that you used to love. You know, it may kickstart. It may kickstart your passion. For me, it was reading. Like I've been on that all year long. I've been passionately reading. I think I have like 25 books down now, which for me is amazing because I grew up in the hood. You know, we didn't read. uh, I think I've said this before in posts, but I got my passion renewed through teachers, and they were gifting me books through a book exchange. They had me join their book exchange, and it reignited that passion for reading, just diving into worlds. And that's a form of escape as well. But it was like healthy. It wasn't just whittling my brain or anything, you know, it was like growing, like You get empathy for the characters. You escape your problems and just focus on those pages and the problems that are in those pages. And then you just get to go through the emotions of the characters and stories that the authors build. And it just energized me. Um, and I was still tired though through it. It really changed when I started forcing myself to sit down and do things like this, you know? I let go of my like spiritual progress and path and helping people and speaking to people and being a good guide, you know. I let it all go because I had no energy, and nobody really talks about that. Like, what do you do when your soul and your path are calling you and the divine are calling you to do something, but you just have no energy? You have no time, you have no energy, you have no ideas. And I'm like figuring that out myself. You just gotta not force it, but like force it. Because it's like, as you do these things, it does energize you because you're living your soul path. And it's like a burst of energy that feels right. Whereas me laying in bed for 5 hours straight and doing nothing but doom scrolling, like that's nothing. That's not gonna light your passion, you know, it's not gonna light your life. It's not gonna sustain you. If anything, it drains you because you get under and you just see the depressing world, the depressing state of the government. That's such a source of angst for me, man. And AI. That's another thing of why I stopped talking about all this, is because I want to just talk about that stuff. How we need to change all of this and how it's so depressing. Fucking data centers taking up our clean water. Spent years. See, I'm gonna go on a tangent. They spent years preaching climate change and conserving water, and there's water shortages, only for them to build data centers everywhere that just take our clean water. Like, what kind of a fuck you is that, man? See, this kind of energizes me, honestly, talking politics. Just the morality of them. They're so depressing. I don't want to say we need to burn some shit down, but we need to burn some shit down because this is ridiculous. um, anyway, back to the point before I rant for 30 minutes and have you guys here all night with me. Rest. Um, and it's hard. Like, you may see people say, hey, meditate, hey, go journal, hey, go for a walk. And it may not work for you. But the card that I got right away that like wanted to flip, I think this is the card that was calling me all this time. It was integrity. Align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. And then the other card I got was the resting tree. And even in the card art, the girl, like a forest fairy, is like laying prone on her side. She's laying on her side in the fetal position. And like, yeah, that was me for months now and years. I'm tired. Even now as I do this. But it's okay. I'll get my energy back. But the card of the resting tree says patience and stillness. And that's where you get that knowingness. You'll figure out what's right for you to recharge when you stop. Stop and breathe, you know, stop and be aware of how burned out you are. Stop and be like, hey, what can I do to combat this? How can I shotgun my burnout and my depression? You know, what can I throw at this? What better habits can I develop? How can I change my life in a positive way? How can I change my mindsets in a positive way? It just starts with steps like that. And your soul knows, you know, your soul knows exactly what you need for yourself. You're not going to find it out of sight of you through tarot reads or stuff like this. You may. I hope so. um, but you're not going to find it on TikTok. I mean, again, you may, because you can get inspired by people. I keep shuffling this deck, and workshops and seminars keeps coming out. Attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning, and that's what I'm doing here. These decks are funny, but they troll me. It's like, I'm tired. I don't want to speak to people. I don't want to go give seminars and show people the way. I want to rest and be in the fetal position like that other card. But when you have a calling, you have a calling. You know, it's either you answer the call or you let it ring, and it's going to send you a voicemail. They're going to hit you in a couple months or a couple weeks. Like, hey, You got to get back out there. You got to get back on it. Your soul's not going to let you rest until you start doing what you're here to do. And then somehow that is restful. Whittling away and withering away in your bed isn't rest. But doing something, what your soul calls for you to do, that's restful somehow. I'm also getting the call to game again. But Sony kind of pissed me off. They upped the pricing, and then they had this whole digital ID check thingy. They were, I don't know, man. That's the whole thing. I'm getting the call to game though, but I'm ignoring it. But even that is just a good laugh, you know. When I'm there by myself in the darkness in the fetal position, just reading, I'm not laughing like that, like a good, hearty, soulful laugh. But when I'm doing stuff like this and just talking to myself, you get laughs. At least I do. I can make myself laugh all day. But anyway, I don't want to hit the 20-minute mark, though I probably could talk. That's another thing. When I'm down and like that, when I'm empty, I don't even have the energy to talk. That's why I rejected my path and all of this. Because I just want to sit in silence. That solitude, that stillness, I need that to recharge. And it doesn't always recharge, but man, like, I don't want to talk. I just want to be a void and just quiet and get things done and go back to my void, my little hole. Which is funny because that's in my human design chart. I have a 5-2 profile, and it's the what was it? Hermetic Hermit? Or Heretic Hermit, or something like that. Where it's essentially saying, like, you do your mastercraft and your work behind the scenes, and you're a hermit, and then you come out into the public, give your knowledge, give your art, give your presence, and then it burns you out, and then you retreat again. So I'm like kind of living by my design, even when I'm not, you know. Because sometimes when I'm in the void over there, I'm going inside, I'm going within, I'm doing shadow work, I'm revisiting the past, I'm thinking about things. Sometimes I'm just dead brained, you know. I'm like empty up there. You could hear a marble clinking around if I even have that in there. But oftentimes I'm doing inner work. I'm revisiting my past. I'm thinking on scenarios now. I'm thinking on thoughts, you know? And then I find wisdom through it all. And then I come and spread it. I come and remind people. I come and give my perspectives. Because you never know what will help somebody. You never know what's going to resonate with people. That's another thing I want to talk about, resonation. It's so cool. I'm just going to give a little tiny tidbit, but it's so cool finding people and then they like speak to you. Like I'll legit get goosebumps, or like the hairs on my hand will raise, or I'll feel some like those ASMR tingles on my back, my spine and head. And then as I'm like watching this person, I find out that, hey, this person has prominent placements in like my astrology chart. Like I'll be a Gemini rising, and then I'll find out that the person is a Gemini, Mercury and Venus and Sun. And it's like, this is why I'm resonating with them, because their voice and their thoughts hit me at a soul level. And that's really cool. And I've been seeing it often. I just haven't, like, I recognize patterns, and I've been seeing that. And I've always wanted to talk on it, but I didn't know if I could make it into like a full episode. But it's really cool to think about. The people you find aren't random. They're like your soul's calling them in. You're attracting them in. You need to hear those messages. And that's kind of why I do put these out, because you're going to find me. Whoever this is meant for, you're going to find me when you need these words, when you're burned out and needing to rest. And you're like, man, I got to go try some new stuff. Let's go try what he did. But again, back to my card. It's not, you can't try what I tried. It might not work for you, you know? Reading might not work for you. Going out may not work for you. But what you need, what your body and your design are calling you to do, is work out, invest in hobbies, go do something new, you know? You probably need a hike in the mountains. Me, that's tiring. That's tiring to think about, so I don't even try. But for you, maybe you're an outdoorsy person and going to a new hike and starting a new trek somewhere may be perfect for your soul, you know? It's all within. It's all within. You have the answer. The lies are down there too, though. They'll tell you to emotional eat and all that. Let yourself go. We ain't talking about those, so let's just end it here. It's almost 21 minutes, but yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna start doing these more often. Hopefully, maybe, probably not, but we'll see. But yeah, I hope this was helpful somehow. I may do tarot again too, because again, I said my deck was calling me, and it's rare that they call me like that. I kept getting the urge, like, hey, pull cards, pull cards, pull yourself some cards. I really gotta get in tune with them because I haven't really used them as much as I would like. That's probably why they're calling me. But yeah, I'll leave it here. Hopefully, something in here resonated with you. Hopefully, something helps you. If not, maybe you just need to know that you're not alone in your burnout. There's other people, other spiritual people who are having burnout while having a calling and they just rejecting it. And that's okay. We're human. Sometimes you gotta take a step back and go do you, you know? But anyway, yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time, whenever that is. Hopefully soon. Bye.